look well prepared there, yeah.
Well, ish. Right, well, I'm sitting here with Stevie, Cliff, and I don't know, we're going to talk about being a creative, and being a young creative in Dublin, trying to make his way, him trying to figure it out, me trying to figure out how he's figuring it out, so we can figure it out. Does that make any sense?
That's a good way of putting it.
We'll go from there. That's the concept. We'll see. So that's the idea. We'll talk about being a creative, what that means to him, how he goes about his life, his day to day, and then we'll see where we end up. And it probably won't be anything about that. But let's go. Stevie. Yeah. So what are you working on? What's your day to day? Like what are you working on 9 to 5 ish, or what's your normal life, and then and then we'll try to talk about like your separate life. You know what I mean?
Cool.
Trying to be a creative life.
So at the moment I'm working, and for the last year and a half, well I guess in the last 6 years I've been working in advertising on a day-to-day basis, and
which is kind of already a creative field. So is it is that part of it, or do you think that is separate, or is it all the one for you?
Well, it's all one. Life's just all the one for me. The work-life balancing never, when people talk about work and life, that delineation doesn't really make sense to me, because it's all just one.
Yeah. And
as well, similar to enough, I know we were talking before you hit record about Joe Rogan, and about how his podcast is the bomb. Like
it is the bomb. And it's like everyone kind of like he followed, like people start for him, and then when you hear him talk, he's like he stole from people. And then like everyone's like starting podcasts like, yeah, listen to him with Joe Rogan. I'm like, yeah, probably fucking am, but that's kind of what got me here.
Well, that's good, man. You're starting something that you're interested in and engaged with, and there's nothing bad about that.
Yeah, no, I just think people are interested in something. You know what I mean? So like just having conversations, even though like they don't like what we're talking about, but just the fact that we're like interested in what we're talking about, like, does that make any sense?
That's it. Like when people are into something or engaged with something, that's I think that's a very
it's like infectious, but at the same time, it's like do people give a shit what we can't think? You know what I mean? So it's like the boat, like it's like the potential, it's like the ego versus the like.
It's an interesting thing, because whenever you put anything out into the world, right, that will polarize people's opinions. Yeah. So some people will like it, some people won't, and that's the nature of putting your thing out in the world. So, and in essence, it doesn't really fucking matter if they like it or they don't. All that matters is that you're getting a buzz off it.
Yeah. So I'm just doing it for, like, that's what I keep telling myself, like, I'm doing it for the sake of doing it. Yeah. And then, like you were saying earlier, like, and then that'll build momentum, and then obviously you're going to get better, because just fucking the nature of doing anything over hours, you get better, like, anything. I can't think of anything in life that you don't, like, just dedicate a few hours to, from anything, from playing football to this, like, I'm doing jiu-jitsu now the last, like, 5 months, and, like, I can't believe how shit I was when I started, and I'm still shit, but I'm just less shit, like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like the average person, like, could fucking, like, handle pretty well that has no jiu-jitsu, like, but someone that knows jiu-jitsu could pretty fucking flip me on my head, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's one of them things, like, even like you put the hours in and I'm still shit, but I'm just less shit. Right. It's the same on anything. I'm thinking, like, playing guitar, like music, writing, everything, like, just putting the hours in. So it's like the 10,000 hour rule.
Totally, yeah.
But I don't believe in the 10,000 hour rule either. I believe in, like, focus.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I thought you were going to try an alternative number there.
Yeah, no, but it's like the 10,000 hour rule for, like, say if you want to, like I was saying, we were chatting before the podcast saying, I have too many interests, like, I've already said a few, but it's about, like, if you do 10,000 hours of each, I'll be like 70 again, I'm good at anything, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I think it's about focus and intent or something.
Absolutely.
And I think everything feeds everything.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so, why am I the one talking? Yeah, you talk. Keep going. So, like, you're in advertising, and that's your day to day for the last 6 years, but...
More or not, like, I started off, I worked in, I guess, I've been working since I was quite young in terms of jobs and stuff, but I guess when I finished college and entered the world of work and that more focused...
As an adult kind of thing.
An adult. I worked in TV and film for about 2 years here.
You worked on The Voice and stuff, didn't you, last time?
Worked on all the different TV shows, So I was self-employed in the sense that I was freelancing, so that was a great learning curve. Then I lived in New York for about a year and a half, and I worked for an advertising agency over there. And then I came back, and then I got a job basically in a business doing kind of design and marketing, and then following that I moved back to an ad agency here in Dublin. So yeah, it's all been really around production or advertising essentially in the last... I'm 28 now, so since I was 22, 6 years of that.
Yeah. And then, but, like, and what's your, like, day to day? Is it very, Like, is it like a project coming into you and then he's like, as a team deal with it kind of thing?
Yeah, totally. A project comes in, like you've got clients and they've got work they need to get done, and you just basically make it happen within the agency.
And that can vary widely, like.
Oh, massively,
Yeah. That's the deal with advertising. And then, but like on a team, is like you have a particular like you do this, or is it kind of, you know what I mean?
But like, I mean, in terms of a business, like, you know, things change, the environment changes all the time, so it's just important to be adaptable. So I'll have different roles in different projects.
Yeah, like there's not like Stevie does like the actual like website side, or he does the hosting side. It's like everyone does a bit of everything.
Well, no, in the agency, like in the the way advertising works is you have people who are experts in certain disciplines. Like, so predominantly in that agency, my role has been around being a social media specialist. You know.
Yeah.
So it's about bringing that expertise to clients and adding value to their business.
Yeah, and then like that's just the age we live in, where like everyone's like their own commodity. Like it's like a different age now to like the old model of like you work 9 to 5 and then you live on the weekends when you live, and then during the week is you're like stuck in work. But now it's like everyone has their own social presence and their own, like everyone's their own brand.
Yeah.
If they want to be, or if they know how to.
So well, the tools are there. The tools are there. Like the tools are so accessible for you to put out your story in whatever way you want, and some people will do that, some people won't do that. So the tools are there, like, and depending on what your goals are, like, you know what I mean. But like from you think about it from the, if you think about say media as a point that 15 years ago to broadcast something live, right? So say that would have cost thousands of dollars or euros to make that happen. You need a team of experts, and now I can broadcast live to the world through my phone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every punter can do that. So the means of production have come down so massively that the potential for you to get your story, your message, your product, or whatever the hell you're doing in the world out to a mass audience is huge if you're clever.
Yeah, but then like that's like we're talking about, but that's the good and the bad, like, because so it means everyone can do it. Like I'm fucking doing it, but should everyone be doing it? And then it's like there's so much content down there trying to get through the weeds of the shit to find the good stuff.
Yeah, like people should do what makes them happy. So if it makes you happy to do a fucking podcast, do one. Do you know what I mean? Now, obviously, there is a point where there's just so much content, and how do you cut through it? And playing music, like I've seen that massively in terms of everybody can use the internet to put their music out there. So the world and his wife is in a band and they're putting out their tunes. So how do you cut through? How do you cut through in that scene? So it begins less about actually creating the content and more about how you cut through with your message. How do you get through the crowd? Because there's so many people doing it, as you said. So it's how do you build something compelling? How do you master your craft? And to your point about mastery is that the more you do it, the more you test it, the more you observe what works and what doesn't, the more you refine your proposition, and the more you can move forward in a way that's going to reach your end goal.
Yeah. And what kind of ways have you been doing it so far? Look, I follow you on like pretty much all social media, but on Instagram I've noticed you do like a 30-second video, 30-something minute, 30-second song.
I've been doing like, they're called micro songs.
Micro songs, that's it, yeah.
So, yeah, like that's something I've been doing maybe since last year. I've done it a bit more regularly since January, as New Year's resolutions will probably dictate. Yeah, micro songs are just basically observing. Like if you look into the metrics behind how people consume media on the internet, like regards video content, there's generally a drop-off point. Regards consuming video content on Facebook or Twitter, people don't turn the sound on. Like about 90% of people don't actually turn the sound on, right? So how disheartening is that for me as a musician who invests time and money in recording a 3-minute song and time and money in recording a video, right? I have this, that's my product, and then I push that out to the world, right?
Yeah.
And someone might say, "Geez, you got 20,000 views in your video, isn't that great?" When in reality, when you look at that, you look at the actual back end of that consumption figures, you see, right, of those 20,000 views or those 30,000 views, 90% were without audio. So for starters, nobody's listened to my fucking song.
Yeah.
Seconds, they only watched the 30 seconds. So the investment in the 3-minute video, you can look at that and see, was that actually a sunk cost? What did it do for you? Now, from an optics point of view, people look at all that in terms of labels and publishers. They look at it and go, "Geez, your man's done something there. He's," you know what I mean? So it does make you more feasible.
When you're trying to like sell yourself.
Yeah, totally. So from a promo thing, but like in terms of actually connecting with an audience, which is what music is about. It's about connecting the artist with the audience. Are you actually landing it with the traditional format? I don't know. Or how are you going to cut through? So that's my approach to trying to find that piece of cut through, and that's something I'm going to play with this year.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that's like, because I've been fascinated by that and that's kind of what I've been like starting to get social media in my head. I've been very like non-social media and very like just kind of watching it the last few years, like, and now it's starting to partake, and like I feel like a bit, like, hey, everybody look at me, like, and I think everyone's a bit of, hey, everybody look at me, like, but it's a bit, hey, like, I'm very self-deprecating with it, like.
Yeah, that's an Irish thing. We all like, I've had that in the past in terms of being a bit touchy about broadcasting what I'm doing to the world in terms of music, or even if I was working in New York on film sets, I wasn't taking pictures and broadcasting to the world, even though it was pretty cool. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't have that in me at that time, but as I get a little bit older and I understand that, and as I work more in advertising, you start to see how the cogs are working.
Yeah.
I see, look, if my goal is to create music or create art and have that connect with people, you've got to aggressively market, because no one else is going to put you on. You'll be waiting around for someone else to say, all right, yeah, we'll give you a deal, or we'll do this or whatever. But at the end of the day, like, it's your business, it's your message, it's your mission, so you have to do that, and you have to have no shame about it.
Yeah, I understand that, but like at the same time, it's like I'm trying to, like, the reason I'm kind of self-deprecating about it is kind of more just because like it gets funny over, like, like I've been playing like songs like really kind of like obvious like poppy songs, and then like just like underlining like what they're saying in the song.
Subtext.
Yeah, so like subtext into what I'm doing.
That's funny.
Yeah,
that's
I've been
cool.
trying just different things. Like I was listening to The Weeknd last week, and the song is literally, you're just looking for attention. It's the name of the song.
Right,
and that's the whole kind of
on social media.
and literally it's all like I underscored it. I can't remember the sentence, but it was like basically what he was saying in the song. I undercut it with the sentence, but the undercut the sentence was like myself. And it's like it could go over someone's head, like, and it did. A few people wrote me back, literally gay. And I was like, it was only friends, so it's cool, like, it's whatever, it's banter. But and then other people got like kind of got the switch to it, like, so like shit like that is kind of what I'm trying to do with it.
But there you are, that's just an example of that polarization of people's reactions to what you're doing.
Yeah. So
you put out one person has a dig at you, or has a crack with you, about it, and then the other person saying, oh yeah, I get it. So like,
so again, like, so like that's just life, I suppose, like, so
for sure, like, it's the same if you're having a conversation in the pub, like, it's just being digitized.
Yeah.
You know that kind of way.
Yeah. It's just trying to do that, and then trying to have a true line of like what you're trying to do, but not being obvious about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I've been like different type of creative things, like, and it's like I'm not like overly shouting, hey, look at me, but I'm trying to be like, I'm doing this over here.
Yeah.
If you're interested.
Yeah,
but I'm doing it like you're doing with the 30-second songs. It's like you're not like running around with flyers about what you're doing. You're kind of
I just do it, like, and you do it, and
you're trying to like build traffic through, like, I like them little things he does, and it's like they're not even conscious about it. It's like, Stevie's put up another one then, and it's like, and then after a while, like, that just slowly builds. I think that's what I know from what I.
Well, I mean, look, I've been doing music since I was 14, and I've been in bands, so I have ran around with flyers. I have texted people to death. I've had mates text me back saying unsubscribe when you're talking about gigs. So you're just learning the whole time, and what you learn is your friend base isn't your fan base. So that's the thing. You put something out, it mightn't resonate with your mates or whatever, but the thing is that you're expressing yourself, and your vibe will attract your tribe, in the sense that people who do like your shit will find you on the internet. Like, that's inevitable.
Your vibe will attract your tribe. I
Yeah.
like that. I know, that's
good. That could be a next micro song. I'm actually thinking about that for a micro song. Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah.
But then back to music. Like, what are you working on? Like, are you working on an EP?
I was just working with the photographer today for some shots for an EP that last year I released 3 singles and a couple of videos, working with a chap called Kieran O'Shea, producer in Cork, and so I've got that with one other track, and I just want to put them together as an EP and have that as a body of work up on Spotify and iTunes. So that should be ready to rock and roll in the next month or two. And then beyond that, because the music is a lot more fully sounding than previous stuff I've done, it's away from the acoustic songwriter stuff.
That's what I was. Well, I've only seen it, I think, like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And like, it was always just like you with guitar and like pretty like mellow.
Yeah, it's pretty mellow. So the new tunes are a bit more, a bit more lively and have full instrumentation. So there's a gig in the Grand Social on the 28th that a few lads I've known for a couple of years are playing with me as a backing band. So really looking forward to that, because that's an opportunity to play those songs I've worked on in the studio in a live environment. Yeah,
and then like in terms of like you and music, like, are you like, when you write songs, are you like guitar, melody, voice, blah blah blah, and then do you like bring in 2 people and be like, I want you to put bass on this, or are you putting everything on it? Like, I know you layer your stuff too, but
the way I work it with the stuff at the moment, and the way I've worked it since I've been recording as Stevie Cliff, to be honest, has been to just record everything myself. Now, with working with Kieran, he's a really good musician himself. He's not only just a producer, but he's toured as a guitarist, so he's a really good guitarist, and he's technically very good with synthesizers. So the way we work is that I will do up a demo essentially of that song. I'll write the song and record a demo version of it. I'll send it on to him, and then I'll send all the stems or the layer files to him, and then I'll go down to him, and then we'll reconstruct the track.
Yeah.
And we'll have a conversation about different parts, and then between the two of us we'll
yeah, so you want him to bring what he's bringing to it.
Yeah, but he brings it from an ear point of view. He'll just tell me, and I just trust him implicitly, because that's when you're working with a producer. It's kind of like jazz. You can't go in there and say, it's my song, I want it to sound like this. Yeah, you're the songwriter, but you're getting someone in for their expertise, and to get the combined results of both your skills, you need to be open to what he's bringing to it.
Yeah, it's only counterproductive to not, because
if you go, no, it's my song, don't put a fucking trombone on it. Like, who gives a shit? Like, just go with it.
Or if you've a load of trombones and he's taking them off, like, no, I love them trombones. Like, no one likes them trombones. You know what I mean? Like, it's both ways, just adding and subtracting. Like.
Yeah, but the thing about that is, TJ, is that like, that's something I've come to over the year, because I've made the mistake of being, this is my song, this is how it should sound, and being a dick to people in the studio saying, you have to play it like this because it's my song, and so that's probably why I'm not in a band, because that kind of creative control. Well, I can work with a producer in that sense, you know.
Yeah, because that's like two singular voices coming together rather than like in a band it's like four of a whole.
Yeah, I just think I've written in groups, I've written in duos, I've written in trios, and for me, songwriting, I do like collaborating with other people. Maybe two. I think two is the best for me in that sense. And then in a band, I think that's an awkward one to do, because when you have four people and then the people say, oh, we do a democratic thing, like, I just don't get into that for music, like, because I think you have to have a strong vision. Now other people do that and it works, like, so it's really about finding what works for you.
Yeah, because a lot of bands like that I've like worked with and stuff. It seems to be like the lead singer or the lead, like usually it's like you write the vocals and the melody, and then you bring it to like them and you play it, and then they'll like kind of build on it, like the lot, and then it'll be arranged between them.
Like, that can be savage as well.
If they're all awesome musicians, like
each of them just bring their own little unique sauce to it. Like, so if it all mixes together and makes a nice meal,
and that's nearly though, like you know what I mean. The creative control is usually the lead singer. I'm just speaking in generalities, and he's usually lead singer is usually a guitar player, a bass player, whatever way it works, or doesn't play anything, and then he's the focal point, and it's his idea, his song. In very quotes, and then like he usually, if he's like the stage you're at now, where he's ready to relinquish control by bringing in like talented people that he knows can like add to it.
Well, yeah, he's more like, say, Kieran, the guy I work with. Like, he was in a band called Cyclefly in the 90s, like, and he toured with Linkin Park, Ice-T, Eminem. Do you know what I mean? He was signed to a major. He's been an engineer as well, and a mixer, a producer for the last 20 years. Like, this is a guy in his 40s, like, he's got a lot more experience than I do. I respect what he does. He's very talented, and like, I sought him out to work with him because of what he could bring to it. I'm not going to someone to just record me. Do you know what I mean? There's a difference between going to a studio and being recorded and working with a producer. A producer is basically someone who takes your vision as an artist and helps you get from A to B. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's just like adding to that team, and then so you go in and you shoot this or record this with him, mix it, blah blah blah, and then you're at the push stage. What do you want to do, like, in terms of the
push? This is it. Like, last year I learned a lot in terms of making videos and music. So that's your product, and then really investing a lot of your time in the making of something and not thinking about the marketing of it, which is funny considering I work in an ad agency. But it was just, there's only so many hours in the fucking day, to be honest, last year. So like,
that's
what I found was that, look, I pushed it out to press. I got some coverage from it. I got put in certain publications. I got a publishing deal off the back of it. So it did do things for me. And I learned from it, and this year is just about moving that on. I'm gonna put the EP out there. To be honest, promo wise, I just look at things as they're coming up. I do have plans for the rest of the year to do more recording and maybe some more videos. But this gig on the 28th is the focal point for me at the moment, because I have to get a backing man in shape and get gig ready. Which, considering the way I've been playing as an acoustic act prior to the release of this stuff, you're talking playing in theatres with just a guitar, a very different crowd, very different setup. So like I'm looking forward to the challenge.
There's all the like logistics side of it. Like
yeah, totally. Like I have to book a studio. I have to get 4 lads, basically like to give their time to me.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like
to do you a favour and then like schedule the night out where everyone has the night.
yeah, like I put 4 or 5 rehearsals in before this gig, and so do you know what I mean? So and you have to have goodwill with people. You have to, you have to kind of negotiate to a certain extent. Like what can you do for them? Like do you know what I mean?
You don't want to feel like you're overusing them.
No,
you want to feel like, oh no, like what do you need? Like I'll do
yeah, absolutely, because you can't just take from people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So yeah, so for me it's just figuring all that out. So look, like, and the guys they're all gentlemen. Like they're helping me out. Like, and I owe them a debt for that. So like, but I'm just looking forward to the gig. Like, you know, so
yeah. And then also about the gig, when is it? The 28th?
28th of April in the Grand Social. So it's opening for bands who are launching an album called Fiction Peaks.
Fiction Peaks.
Yeah.
And then you were going to do like what, 20-minute spot before or something like that?
Yeah, 25, I don't know. Yeah, I have to chat to the lads.
And then was it all going to be new stuff you're going to throw with you?
No, it'll be songs that I've maybe released as singles, or they might have been on old self-produced stuff. It's all stuff I have recorded anyway, because I had to give to the lads to learn beforehand, so.
Yeah.
There's nothing gonna be too mad.
And then like with these 30-second songs or the micro songs, have you done like micro versions of the songs you're releasing?
No, I haven't. The micro song thing is just because I get a buzz off new pieces.
Yeah.
So for me to be fully immersed in that process is just, it has to be new and I have to be buzzing off it. So
yeah,
like, they're just 30-second
into
things.
some of your old stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it challenges you from a creative point of view, and do you know what I mean? It's good crack. Like, I do enjoy doing it.
Yeah. And then what else were we talking about? What was we talking about? Dead Space. Always good.
You can edit this, dude.
Yeah, no, 100%. These fictional people that don't exist yet are listening.
And it's your audience, yeah.
No, what else were we talking about? Like, what's the plans then? Like, is this just the plans to just, this is it for now? Like, to see, like, what's the, like, end, do you have an end goal, or you kind of just take it as it goes? Like, or like, if like in 5 years, would you be like, I'd love to be like, just like touring an album or something, or what would you like?
Well, like, look, put it this way, man. Like, the music and the work thing is they're so inextricably linked, because you have to, first of all, the music doesn't cost, it costs money to do it, right? Now, you do make some money doing it, but I don't make enough. It's not self-sustaining.
Yeah.
It's not like I make enough from music to do it. So I couldn't have done the music to the level I'm doing now if I didn't have a more traditional career trajectory as well.
Yeah.
So they're very much 2 and 2, and one, music regenerates me, kind of soothes my soul to a certain extent, and it leaves me fresh for the job. So they're all together. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the end goal, like with the music thing, is just to keep creating.
Yeah.
Just to keep creating, and to do it, to get more refined with it, and to keep creating better music to keep expressing myself, to be honest.
Yeah.
And to get more traction with it, for sure. Like, I do want more people to hear it, and I want to connect with more people. So.
But then you also want to just make it for the sake of making it, like, just to, like you were saying, soothe your soul, just.
Totally, the process. Like, so I always say the payoff has to be in the process. And like you talk about the mastery thing. Like, there's a great book, I don't know if you read it, by a chap called Robert Greene. His book, actually, I think my roommate has it, but it's mastery. It's all around that 10,000 hours, and it's just the philosophy of how you go after the pursuit of your craft. So, like, in that, you have to be in love with the process. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I have, because there are times where I've become disillusioned with music, where I've been like, I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah.
But then I'll let it breathe. You know what I mean? I'll let it take a back seat for a few months, and then I'll come back to it, and I'll be re-engaged with it. Like, I think towards the tail end of last year, I was completely like, fuck this, and I didn't write anything for a few months. And then I think it was around in January, the fire was lit again. So for me, it's a cycle like that. It's like expansion and contraction, like, you know.
Yeah, but you're constantly like even if you're not like writing songs, you're like, when I'm like not doing that creative again in very quotes. It's like if I'm just like fucking off and doing shit, it's like no, I'm just getting like, again, it's like a pretentious word, but like fuel for stuff.
Massive.
You know what I mean?
That's
like,
it.
That's kind of thing.
That's not pretentious to fuck that.
No, like just to say it, like, you know what I mean? It's like everyone thinks that shit in their head, but just be like, no, that's the fuel for my art or whatever the asshole statement is. But that's it. Like your lived experience.
Rest, you know, you gotta grow the muscles.
Yeah, your lived experiences are what like channel your like music or your writing or whatever your creative endeavor or not creative endeavor, whatever. Just
but like this is the thing
your
again.
person,
like if you think about when people lift weights, they do that until the muscle, they do it till the muscle breaks, essentially, right? The muscle damages itself, and then they rest, the muscle grows bigger, and it grows stronger.
Yeah.
So that's just fundamental across all of human activity. And I don't, again, like, I do understand when you say creative, and you might think that means a certain thing, but like, all of life is creative. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I can be creative how I make that cup of tea for you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's about, again, like, I think one of the biggest illusions people have is that they put things into different boxes.
Yeah, and like, that's kind of the thing.
You're creative,
yeah, and I'm
creative.
I've just been.
He's
said
not
it there.
creative. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's like, I kind of like nearly said it there, and like, I don't mean it like, yeah, well, I don't mean it like that. Like, I'm doing this broadly. Like, I'm doing it with musicians. I've one lined up a comedian. I've MMA fighters. I've like dudes that run gyms. So it's kind of like, it's more like not creatives. Well, it's creatives, but it's more just people who are kind of doing their thing.
Yeah, I get you.
Know what I mean?
I totally get you, and I think it's great, man. Yeah,
Or at least trying to do their thing. And then like, everyone has their own thing, and their own thing's different. Like, your thing could be, well, I don't know, whatever your thing is. Like, I'm not here to judge. Like, but like, I don't know what my thing is, and I'm still trying to like I'm happy doing a 3-day week, so with 4 days to do my shit.
Yeah,
and I can barely live off the 3 days.
Yeah.
But it's like, would I rather work 5 days and I could probably like be more comfortable, or would I want them like extra days so I can?
Well, you know the Bob Dylan thing. He just says like happiness for him is waking up and then going to sleep and doing whatever the fuck you wanted in between.
Yeah, that's it, man.
So
like,
you set it up at different stages of life to do whatever you need to do.
And that's where I'm at now. That's kind of what I'm like realising. Like, I'm home a couple of months. I lived in Toronto for 2 years, so I'm home a few months, and I'm like, I'm only kind of getting comfortable home now, and then I'll be like 3 days in work. And it's pretty flexible. Like, I can kind of pick the 3 at work. Yeah. Which is good for this, so I can move shit around for like.
Totally gives you freedom, man.
Yeah, and then like I got signed there like a few weeks ago. Oh fuck! I'll cut this out. I got signed a few weeks ago, like I said, for like acting, modelling shit. Like,
cool, man.
So I can
Who
like.
Are you with?
Assets.
Cool.
Yeah, I got like 3 auditions.
Yeah. So hopefully you get your word.
I just shoot because I got sort of signed in Toronto.
Yeah, you got the tall, you got the height for it.
Yeah, I was like,
pretty boy.
I was like, I'm not, and I do it, and like, I understand it's like whatever it is, but it's more just like to be in that space, like, you know what I mean? Like, out in the, like, I'm not trying to justify, like, if I enjoy it, but it's like, it's not like a be all and end all. It's just to be around, like hopefully get on set somewhere or get.
You're on processes, but look, mate, as well, like.
And if it's money, like, if it's good money, it's good money.
Like, you gotta get paid for your time. You gotta get, so like, it's in your best interest to go wherever you can get the money as well. You know?
That's what it is, and like, that's how I justify to people. I'm like, well, if I get like £1,000 for the gig, then we'll be slagging, and like, I'm like, why am I trying to justify it?
Yeah,
like,
but now don't mind other people, like.
Again, and this kind of being the team of the fucking yoke. It's like, you and your fucking this is like just therapy shit, like.
Yeah, absolutely, that's for sure. But like, do you know how you should Google the crab bucket thing, like, right? The minute people start doing their own thing, other people are gonna give them abuse for it, and I think it's rife in Ireland as well. But
yeah, we're probably extra bad for it.
Yeah, right. It's a crab bucket thing. It's like, who's your man? You know, it's like the type of thing where people are like, you like, two, Bono, fuck him.
Or like,
you know what I mean?
McGregor, like, everyone hating on McGregor.
Yeah, like, who gives a fuck? Like, that's great. When I was living in America, my good mate of mine was saying to me the difference between Americans and Irish. Like, I love Irish people. Like, I love Ireland.
They're optimists, weirdly enough.
Yeah, but American, like, if you're in a bar and there's a heavyweight fight on, at the end of the fight, someone gets up in the bar and says, "Do you know what? This is my last point. I'm not gonna drink again until I'm fighting in that fight."
Okay.
And I go, yeah, man! Fuck yeah, go on!
Yeah.
Fucking Todd! And then, if that someone did that in Ireland, go, you sit the fuck down.
They get thrown points at them 100%.
That's great, that's part of the Irish humour and stuff.
Yeah, but then, like, there's the good and bad of both, like.
Yeah.
Because the one where, like, there's a lot of disillusioned people in America that think they could be, like a 5'2" dude that think he could be a heavyweight, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As opposed to, you'd be shot down and you'd be like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it kind of makes you grow a hard skin where
totally,
you'd be shot down, like, or you might be a fucking heavyweight at 5'2", but you can still fight in the MMA and be like a 125 and be Mighty Mouse Johnson, like, if that makes sense, you know what Mighty Mouse Johnson is?
And the way I look at it is, I apply the fucking 90-year-old me rule. Like, I think if whatever's going through my head, I think if you're 90 now and looking back and you thought, geez, I got pissed off because someone slagged that I was making a song or making a video or doing something that was a bit cringe or whatever, like, just because you're testing and trying out different things. If my 90-year-old fictional self says to me, it would be like, is that a valid way for me to think? No, it's not. Fucking life's too short. So
yeah, no, I'm in that, like, but yeah, and I'm in the open creative thing. Like, that's me, like, and I'm a bit arrogant about it in terms of, like, like people ask me what I'm doing and I'll be like, nah, I'm just kind of doing my thing, and I'll be like, I'm doing this, and I won't even tell them what I'm doing because it's like you won't understand. I mean, if like not that I'm afraid to tell them like, oh, you won't get it.
Some
you know
people
what I mean?
will be interested, some people won't. Some
yeah.
people are interested, some people aren't.
Yeah, and it's not even like it's kind of I'm at that push away where it's like I don't even care if you want now.
Yeah.
I'm just like I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Like even tonight I'm coming here and doing this with you. All my mates are like going for a pint for to watch the football. Like where you going? I'm going for it. And I was like, I'll give them a little gist. And in fairness, like they're like oh that's totally like I mean they're into that, and they're like, would you interview me? And I was like, no, like you're not doing that. You know what I mean? And like I'll slag that, and I'm like I love you and we can do it about something else, but like like it's about the creative process or like trying to be like, and I'm not saying they're not like in their own way, but they're not pursuing it enough or something.
Well, like,
and that's like a judgment that I'm not trying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like a weird judgment I'm having on them for and they're not having on me. It's like weird.
People are people. They just do what they need to do.
Yeah, and that's it. That's what I'm saying. So it's like,
it's just that what you're doing with this is you want to talk to people who are doing things that interest you.
Yeah.
So you might observe people, geez, your man's doing something there, and you want to talk to him about it.
Yeah,
that's cool.
and that's literally that's
your mates might be doing something that appear on some other fella's podcast because they might be interested. Do you know what I mean? So like
yeah. But then like if some friends I don't know what a podcast is, you know what I mean? So bro, the world's made of everyone. Like, so again, it was just kind of like all in my head, and I was like, okay, had the freak out and the realization and the acceptance all in like 10 minutes. Like I think that's what weed does, or like drugs do in certain ways. Like because like I flipped out about like, oh, what am I doing? Like, oh, I need to get like a proper job to get good money, blah blah blah, so I can go away do this, blah blah.
And that makes you think, right?
Yeah, it was like it was like where's the TJ everyone wants like the like the mammy wants you in the comfortable job, blah blah blah. I'm not that dude. Like
fuck that.
You know what I mean? And like I know I'm not, but I had that little freak out, and then I was like, fuck off. Like, I'll do me, and I got to the like, no, but like you doing you like will get you to where you want to be. Someday maybe it'll be like, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna be making good money now, like 25, 26. And we make.
But you're investing.
And we never make good money. I'm investing my time in me.
Yeah, for sure. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
There's what was it? You said something there that triggered something in me. Fuck, I forget. Yeah.
We said something insightful that you forgot, so it's obviously rare.
That's rare. It's wonderful.
Yeah. So like any other like things you want to pursue, like obviously you do your music, but you just seem like open to just shit, like because like remember we did last time we kind of hung out was we shot like a short film for your sister.
Never fucking edited that.
That wasn't me. We have to throw it.
I know you didn't. Anna didn't. Or like, yeah, it was great. Like I thought it would be class.
No, we thought it was going to be
because there was so much organisation from the thing. But look, the footage is there.
It's still there. It was still. We got it. We got a copy of it somewhere. Like
I don't know where he was the footage. I don't know if I have it. But I was saying to my mum, I was like, for Anna's birthday, I'm just gonna get someone to make that. Like, that'd be a great birthday.
Where's the audio though? That's the question. Because the other dudes had audio. You know what I mean?
I know.
There's two dudes that were looking for the audio.
It'd be an editor's nightmare.
Yeah.
You give that to an editor, they'd look at you like, I'm just gonna grab some water.
Yeah.
If you give that to an editor, they'd look at you like you fucking.
Yeah, and like I could do it if like someone gave it to me all and gave me a few weeks, like I could definitely piece something together.
Massive job.
It's a big undertaking. Like even just to believe in syncing the audio, man. That's like
but you need pluralize or something like that.
Yeah, everything's made so easy now, man.
But yeah, like once obviously I worked with the videography and made videos, like that was what I was doing in my early 20s, like so.
See yourself getting back to that, or
no, I wouldn't go back to that. Like for me, it's about from the creative point of view, I like writing music. Like ghostwriting songs for other people is something that I have an interest in. That's something I'm pursuing as well. So that's interesting because you do get briefs. Like so, if with the publishing deal, like you do get briefs in saying people are looking for songs, other artists.
Yeah. So
you have to try and write for them. That's very interesting.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that just takes that skill set and makes it of value to other people. So.
Yeah, that'd be fascinating, man. Yeah. Write for other people. That'd be cool because like. Then you can just get someone with like an awesome voice, like or someone like that hasn't got like it's just like special, you know what I mean? And you're like, I can write for them.
Totally, you know because like I'm limited by my own sound. I'm limited by my own body in terms of how I like. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm very aware of my style of vocal, which is not an X Factor vocal. It's more of a character thing, you know. And this is what I said to,
you have
Mark.
like a distinct tone.
I just sound the way I sound, and like my thing isn't about fucking being, you know what I mean? I'm not a Mariah Carey.
Yeah. You're
Mine
not
is
gonna
more,
do runs like.
I just like, you know, I like making songs. I like.
Your stuff's very like poetic.
I like the lyrics. Lyrics have been a big
like,
thing for me, like, you know.
Yeah.
That's just because when I was a kid, the first thing I did when I started writing songs was write the words.
Yeah.
And I didn't learn the guitar until I was about 16 or 17. I was writing words before that, so that's where it all started for me.
Yeah, it's the same, man. It's the same, and I still do I know it's like because I'm shit on guitar. Like I can play, like I can play like chords and I can.
I'm trying to think if I've seen you play guitar.
Yeah, I can play a little bit.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, but like I play just for the nearly just for like the therapy of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like I usually I'm chilling doing stuff and I'll just be like just strum away and like just for my own fucking clearing my head. But like yeah, it was the same. Like I always wrote lyrics and I could never put them to music because I don't have that skill.
You didn't put the time in to get it. That's all.
Yeah, again, back to time management.
Yeah.
But I've noticed like a lot of that stuff ended up in like stuff I write. You know what I mean? As like lyrics, as like lines of dialogue. But like obviously different because it doesn't have it's a different melody when you're actually writing dialogue. It's it's like the essence of what you're saying, and then so I've noticed that. You know, like you get like I was saying like. Hours and something can transfer into something else. So the hours I put in like playing guitar and writing little shitty like poemy lyrics have transmuted into
that's a good word.
But again,
transmuting.
Yeah. Teachers are sad.
No, that's a good word, man.
No, it is a good word. But so like I've noticed. So like that's kind of where I'm at. Like in terms of I've broad interest because I think that it has a take like where if you do a bit of everything. Right now my main thing is like writing, and I'm trying to do this shit, and I'm trying to do like embedded I was talking about earlier, where you like following people for the day.
Yeah.
And just like a few different things.
Look, I mean, for example, like what you like. This is me working in an ad agency, right? But your whatever your brand is, okay, that's you, TJ, right?
Yeah.
Now you can call it whatever the fuck you want, like TJ's thoughts or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anything. So that's your brand, and then what you're doing is the different forms of content or your different products essentially. I mean, they're different content things. So you've got, you know, it's like the way BBC has fucking different programs, or the way, you know, there's fucking Nescafe has different types of coffee, or do you know that kind of way?
Yeah, no, and I know who's being like, do you follow Donald Glover, aka
exactly.
Yeah,
so he's an actor, he's a rapper,
he's stupid talented.
Yeah.
Like, do you listen to his new album?
No, do you know what, I listened to his stuff and maybe I listened to the wrong album. I was listening to. Maybe it was in the wrong frame of mind. I don't know, but I didn't get it. But I like a lot of the recent. I like Chance the Rapper, Kendrick Lamar, all that stuff.
I'm big on Kendrick. Yeah. But alright, so get it. Like his old stuff is like kind of nerdy rap would be the way people talk about it, and like he's some great tunes. I got big into him. But his new album, he just completely said, "Fuck that, I'm not rapping."
Yeah.
And then he just did a funk album.
Yeah, like, I think that's the one I was listening to. Yeah.
It's
mental.
So different, like.
Mental.
Yeah, and then. He came out, did you see Atlanta, the series he wrote?
No.
He wrote a series for FX, like a 10-part series.
Yeah.
Called Atlanta. It's fucking awesome. It won the Golden Globe and shit.
That's class.
Yeah, and then he, you know what I mean? And then just stand up, and then he's on the new Star Wars.
Yeah.
And then, like, he's just one of them that, like,
he just
does everything, and it's like, and he doesn't give a fuck. And so it's like, I'm kind of trying to take a page out of that.
Totally, that's a good role model, man.
Without talent. So it's like, I'm trying to just do what like is naturally. He's like naturally can do all that. Not naturally. I'm sure he worked hard. Like clearly he worked hard. Obviously he worked hard. Like.
You get a buzz off.
Yeah, that like because he seemed like the quintessential momentum thing.
Yeah.
Like he got on. I think he like started off like 30 Rock out of college when he was like 22, and then like he wrote for them, and then he wrote scripts for other people, and then he got on acting, and he kind of just went with it, and then he did music then, and then he kind of just like. And they were two separate things, but they're all in one thing for him.
Well, it's just him expressing himself.
Yeah, and like, and when you hear him talk, he's like, they're like a childish, Gambino or blah. And he's like, I'm weirder. Like, he's like that. The names don't mean that. And he's like, I'm just want to put out content that people like. He's like, I think genre's dead.
Yeah.
It's the way he always says genre's dead, and like, it doesn't mean genres of music or genres of that. He means genre in across the board.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He just means people want good content. So if I'm writing them a good like. Song, or if I'm giving them stand up, or I'm giving people just want content.
They just want something
like,
that they can connect with.
Yeah, and like so like I'm trying to take a page out of that book and follow that, and then like and then again that's the reason I'm doing this. It's like So I can meet with different creatives and like, how do you go about it? And like, what's your thought process on it? And
I think it's a great idea, man. And you just network, like you can network with people. It's just a way of doing that. Like it's fantastic because I think there's two lads I know, Ross and Barry. They have a podcast called Energized. It was on, and it's cool. Like I think it's fair play to them doing their thing. Like they just asked your man Gary V to be on it randomly when he's in Dublin, and they got an interview with him.
You got Gary V.
Yeah, so like, do you know what I mean? So like, yeah, just fucking ask everybody and.
Yeah, and he's the kind of dude that would do it, and he obviously did. He'd be like, yeah, and he's like, fuck ballsy, man, and then he'd do it for you, because he just seems that dude, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's like what I'm trying to do, and then, so I'm kind of like, so I'm just like hitting up everyone that I can. Like, I just literally just hit up my Facebook, and just like, all the creators I knew, and I just sent them like the same message that I sent you.
Sure, you should put in on a fuckload of people.
Yeah, like, and I literally, I've like 6, I think, officially lined up, with another like 4, like, yes, when. And we'll figure it out kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then like I've still more to send, and I've like people got back to me like, oh yeah, and like I know these people that be into it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm actually like, now like I'll hit them up when I'm done all the ones I want to do first.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully like again, like we keep talking about momentum, but I think that's the big part of it. Like,
well, it's like if you're talking from Gary V, like he has a great thing where he just says like, people have this misconception that what they're doing needs to be polished before they put it out. It's like, no, you don't just fucking do the thing. Just put it out, get moving, get started. Because that in itself, like, you need to just take action, like, because otherwise you're talking about it.
Yeah, that's it. It's like, do something with the time rather than talk about it and do something with the time.
Yeah, exactly, because the world's full of people who talk, like, but then at the same time, the world needs both, because
exactly. And I am both, like, I'm the biggest procrastinator in the world, man. Yeah. Like, I was off on Tuesday, and I got up I woke up at 7:30. I was up and all like 8, 9, and then like I did my shit, like I did my jog, cleaned the house, and then like sat down at the computer. I was like, right, I'm gonna write, and I just watched YouTube for like 5 hours.
But this is it. That's so you have to. Discipline is fucking huge.
Yeah,
discipline is a huge thing.
100, man. But then like, and what I had like the thing there in front of me the whole time, and it's listening to music, and then kind of like, and then I tricked myself. I was like, no, I wasn't fucking off. I was like getting in the zone, and then like I snapped in. Yeah. Eventually, I think I like started running properly at like 3. Yeah. But then I wrote from 3 to like 7, pretty much flat out, like. Cool. And then I was like happy what I did, and I was like, oh, I can actually go out now and celebrate. No, not celebrate, but like I wasn't like John. Like I'm in for the night now. I did nothing all day. I'm gonna write all night. So I wrote for like 4 hours straight, and I was like, no, I'm like I had a headache and all. You know, like when you get in it, and then you get out, and like, no, I need to get away from the screen. And
yeah, absolutely. The fucking screens are fucking mental.
Then I like, and I was like, ah, fuck it. And then I literally went bowling. Like I was like, oh, I can, like I like earning the reward.
Yeah, for sure. Like you need both.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get to that stage where it's like little fucking off, but like when I fuck off, at least try Taylor you're fucking off. Like, you know what I mean?
Taylor you're fucking off.
Yeah, like not like listen to music that
that's like a name of an album, or a clothes.
Taylor, it's like a punk name. Like, yeah, Taylor you're fucking off. Taylor, oh, that's a good clothes company. Yeah, but like, but what I mean like is like if you're gonna be like doing so like I usually like listen to music that I listen to when I'm writing, or that's like the music for the scene that I'm trying to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or watch videos on.
Well, you're doing it consciously, like, so you're making a decision what to listen to based on what you want to do.
Yeah, or like watch videos that are on like different movies that are like on the topic I'm doing. Mm-hmm. So like they'd be like, you'll see like
feeding your inspiration.
Yeah, like the directors would be like, I did this because of this, and you'd be like, yeah, and then you know what I mean? You just take little bits from here and there, and like you can go hours and you might see like one little bit, and you're like, oh, that's a little gem I wanted.
Yeah.
And then even so unconsciously, like something just fucking clicked, man, and then. You get in and then like you do it. I'm sure it's the same for you, like in terms of like music. Like.
Totally, man. I mean, but like, see, sometimes I do things where I like so with like the songs for others. There's deadlines for submissions, so that's like I was working on something there a few weeks ago where it was like 6 days and there was 3 songs they were looking for, and I was like, I don't have time to do all 3, so I just bashed out one demo, like, and so that's interesting because. Sometimes you're not in the zone, and sometimes you do have to just fucking churn it out, regardless of being in the zone or not.
Yeah.
So that has its like training yourself to do that. That makes you creative in a much more professional way.
Yeah.
Rather than now, I think it's what you say in terms of giving yourself the conditions to create is massively important as well. But sometimes time gets against you. You know?
Yeah, but that's what I tell myself, and I'm trying to be more this one, and I do. It's like, but that's like my day off. That is my fuck off day.
Yeah.
But on my fuck off day, we try, because like, everyone like you want your day off of the week where you don't do anything kind of.
Yeah, I think you need one day like that if you can swing it. Like I don't think I have that this week, but like.
Yeah, but then like I feel like every day is like that. Or like every day is like that. But if I can do like one, like if I can do like a solid hour of doing something, or 2 hours doing something more, like so I can earn the fucking off. Like I hate a day of doing nothing and then
Right,
at the end
yeah,
of the
you've
day,
got a carrot and a stick approach to it. Yeah.
oh, carrot.
Carrot and a stick, isn't it?
Is that
Did you see that? Like where there's a carrot and a stick. You can to get people to do something, or you get yourself to do something. You can either beat yourself up a bit, or you can give yourself a carrot. Like so, it's like do this and you get this, or
did get the prize.
The other way is the fucking.
And I've been like that, and I'm just kind of. It's like my life right now is kind of about time management, like.
It's with the shit. One of the most important things going, dude.
And no, 100%. Like, and like I'm trying to, because I'm taking new things on all the time.
Yeah,
and like this,
yeah.
I'm trying to like work for these days, and then I want to write for so many hours, and I want to like do jiu-jitsu or do that 3 times a week, and then I want to like get jogs in, and I want to like just do all the shit that like it is, and then I want to like put time aside so I can do interviews with people. So like literally at the moment, it's all about time management. Yeah, it's like, and I'm like, but like I'm trying to take them in slowly, so like then that part of me like. So I brought in the jiu-jitsu, like that's like regiment now, like that's part of me.
That's very interesting. I'm big into like habits that benefit you, like, and doing, as you said, being open to trying new things out. Like, so the point was that you don't take on too much at one stage. It's like when people are like viciously unhealthy and overweight, like if they're like, okay, what you need to do is cut out all the food you like, go to the gym 5 times a week, and fucking change everything. That's such a fuck. Like, what the
fuck?
That's the worst thing. That's so overwhelming. So it's about more like, this is what you need to do for the next week.
Yeah.
For 30 days, this is the new habit, and then after you've got that down, bring in the next thing.
Yeah, yeah. Like I'm doing actually at the moment on like a really way lesser scale. Like I'm just off sugar, but I'm like, it's hard to be completely off sugar because sugar is in fucking everything.
I'm the same, dude. Like,
it's like,
see that stuff over there, that xylitol.
Yeah.
You get some of that. That's I don't actually even use that anymore for a sweetener. But that's if you need something that's low glycemic index, so it doesn't spark, like it doesn't make your body secrete insulin.
Yeah.
Which is what so sugar makes people secrete insulin, which is I don't actually know the fucking science behind it, but that shit is grand.
Bro science, yo. Bro science.
Yeah, I won't go into that shit. Get a lot of stick for that.
Yeah, no, but that's the same. It's like with me, it's like. Where it's hard to, and like even though, so I gave it up for like, I mean only in like a week now of like
how's your energy?
Giving it up.
How's your energy?
It's alright now, but like
initially you're gonna crash.
2-3 days into it, I had like a massive headache.
Yeah. Obviously because your body's like, where's my fucking sugar?
Yeah, and like the thing is, I'm still getting some sugar. Like
where are you getting it from though?
Like bread. I still have a little bit of bread, and I'll still have like a little packet, like crisps or something. Because like I gave up like sweets and chocolate, and fizzy drinks, and like sugar as a whole. But I didn't completely cut it out of everything. So it's like I'm down to like say I was on like this is random. Say it was like 100 grams. I'm down to like maybe 10 grams.
Okay, cool. I mean? Yeah.
So I'm kind of like again, like you were saying, the fat person. Don't just like completely shock your system.
Yeah, for sure.
Trying to ease it. But like again, I don't know if I want some sugar in me though. Like
I've layered all that thing, the sugar thing. I've layered that into my life over the last few years, like as well. Like.
And that's again. So I'm trying to layer it in, like I layered in jiu-jitsu where it's like. And now I'm like layering in because I'm not a workout dude. I've never been into it.
Yeah.
But now I want to start doing a bit more strength conditioning. Yeah. So it'll feed the jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
it's all good, man.
Stronger, and that's why I jog a bit more. So I'm fitter for the jiu-jitsu.
Totally.
So it's like channeling like.
That all like speaking from my own experience in terms of, and again like you can only ever talk really about your own experience with these things. But for me, the exercise and diet are part of giving me the energy to do the creative stuff, and I know that I'm a lot sharper, a lot more energy, and a lot more focused when I'm working out and eating well.
Yeah.
100%, 110%.
Yeah, I've been like, and like I don't know if like blessed with like genetics or something. So I just eat all my life like shit, and I'm like super skinny. Like.
Isn't it when you hit 30, that'll probably get.
Yeah, and I kind of know that. So I'm like 26 now, and I'm like getting to the age where I'm like I'm good now, and I probably would be good for the next few years.
Yeah.
But it's like I want to train my body, so when I'm at 30, it's just natural to eat good and natural.
Yeah, totally, man.
You know what I mean? So it's just like part of your life. But yeah, I got away with it when I was young because you can. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And like the same with drink, man. I used to drink like 3 nights a week. A lot. Like when I was in Toronto, I literally drank 4 nights a week most weeks.
Yeah.
Just because like that's just what you did. But like now it's like if I drink once a week most weeks.
Yeah.
And then but then I smoke a bit of weed, so that goes the other way.
Yeah, well, life is all about balance, you know.
Yeah, and that's what I'm at. Again, like time management and balance, and then like I was saying with the 100% no sugar thing, it's like I still want like a cheat day where I can have a fucking brownie or whatever, or whatever it is.
All you do is be conscious of what the things are and how they affect you, and then just use them when you need to. Do you know what I mean? So like
if you do feel you're drained one day, and then I have a jiu-jitsu class, don't be go in, maybe have a fucking something with sugar in it.
Yeah, it's like if I haven't got sleep and I'm going to work and I know there's a fuckload of meetings and I need to be alert, so maybe I do need something with sugar or caffeine. You know what I mean? Again, it's about understanding what all these things do, and not. But it's for me, it's about just bringing consciousness to it and being conscious about what you're eating.
Yeah.
And just knowing, right, this does this, or I'm dehydrated, and not being like I'm doing this because I'm fucking conditioned to do it. You know.
Yeah.
Which is like
so just trying to be thoughtful with everything.
Yeah, we'll do it all for a reason. Having intent behind what you're doing.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. And then that all breeds everything. It's because again, and it's then going back to jiu-jitsu, but it's like the jiu-jitsu, then you want to work out more, and you want to eat healthier, something better.
It's just a ripple effect.
It's all and it's the same with this.
They're all positive things. Whereas you can do it, you can go in a negative one as well.
Yeah, with drink or whatever. Overfill, just slobbing out and be like
overindulgence or overly procrastinating. Or overly, those things, they happen to everyone, but is just not get lost in them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Or when it's happening,
or
just
doubt,
be aware
all that shit.
Yeah.
Just to,
They're all,
So I think the further you track down life, the more you kind of understand what serves you and what doesn't.
Yeah, what serves you and what doesn't. That could be the tagline for this episode, kids.
There you go.
What serves you and what doesn't. But again, so it's all about momentum, and that's what I'm trying to do with this.
Well, what are you gonna call it? Let's come up with a name for it.
We can
Tapes.
I got a good name. It was just, but it was more. It was kind of it wasn't this channel. It was more about the other podcast. It was going to be more like what's going on in media and sport and blah blah blah. And it was called Daily Distractions, and I like that name, but I want to try merge that into what I'm doing with this.
Daily Distractions. That's good. Well, see what you. Yeah, I get that from the point of if you're talking about current affairs and music, but that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know, this, because it's not really a daily distraction, is it? Because I'm not going to distract many people.
No.
Whereas you say, look what the fuck happened with Man United. Yeah.
But and then I might do a side thing to where this is this, and then do a side project of daily distractions, and maybe just have a yap with
you could
a friend
have
or two
formats,
about. Yeah, and that's it. It's still expanding, and it's still it's in its infancy, and next week it could be completely different, and I find a different trend to go on that could be better. And I'm kind of open to where it goes.
Well, just keep doing it. I think it's great. I'm delighted I've done it. Do you want to bounce and get a train back up the hope?
Yeah. Alright, signing out or whatever.
Next time we'll do this again, right? But you're gonna have the website, you're gonna have the YouTube channel, you're gonna have the SoundCloud, you're gonna have the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram, the Snapchat. And you're gonna have a fucking killer name for it, right? Is that it?
All that.
Yeah, shake my hand.
All that by next week. Fuck that.
That's great, man.